The horse beneath you is breathing wrong. You feel it before you understand it, a shortening of stride, a heaviness in the shoulder, a faint trembling that travels up through your thighs and into your spine. You've been riding for 2 days without real sleep, across a steppe so vast and so empty that the sky feels like a weight pressing down on you rather than something above you. You have a message sealed in oilcloth, tucked inside the lining of your coat, pressed against your ribs. You can feel it there. Every breath reminds you it exists. You do not know what it says. You were never meant to know. You are not a man who reads messages. You are a man who carries them. And somewhere behind you, though you cannot see them, you know there are eyes. There are always eyes. That is the first thing they taught you when they gave you this role. The Khan's network watches itself. Riders are tested. Sometimes the men who appear to need your help are the men sent to see if you will stop, if you will rest too long, if you will arrive late. The horse stumbles. Your stomach drops. You are somewhere in the year your people call the year of the ox, though you have stopped counting years the way you once did. Time out here is measured in distance. In Harses, in the distance between Yam stations, the relay posts that Genghis Khan has built across his empire like a spine running from the Yellow River to the edge of the known world. You're part of that spine. Your title, such as it is Elki, messenger, envoy, carrier. Below the generals, below the administrators, below even the soldiers who at least carry weapons. You carry paper. You carry words that are not yours. You carry the will of a man you have seen exactly once, at a distance, in a crowd of thousands, and the memory of that single moment, his stillness, the way no one around him moved unless he moved first, has not left you in 3 years. You were not born to this. Your family were herders in the eastern grasslands. When unification came, when the tribes were welded together by war and will and terror into something no one had a proper name for yet, your village did not resist. Your father made the calculation that submission was survival. He was right. Your older brother was taken into the army. You, 14 and quick and small enough to ride without tiring horses, were assigned to the messenger corps. That was the last time anyone asked you what you wanted. The life of a Yam rider is this. You wake before the sun, if you slept at all. You check the horse first, always the horse first. Before you eat, before you drink, before you relieve yourself. The horse is not yours. Nothing is yours. The horse belongs to the Khan system, and if it arrives at the next station lame or exhausted, the station master will record it, and the record will travel faster than you will. You eat dried meat and curds from a pouch on your belt while you ride. You wear a special belt, wide and tight, that the older riders told you helps keep your organs from bruising over long distances. You wear it so constantly now that your body feels wrong without it. There are stations, Yam posts, roughly every 30 miles. At each one, you hand off the message, or you take a fresh horse and keep going. The system is extraordinary. Everyone who has seen it from the outside says so. Ambassadors from distant kingdoms write about it in letters home. They call it a wonder. You do not experience it as a wonder. You experience it as a system in which you are the smallest moving part, replaceable, trackable, and expected to function without complaint. At the stations, you are given a tablet, a garage, a paiza, a small plaque of wood or iron or gold depending on the rank of the message you carry. The higher the rank of the sender, the higher the metal. Yours today is iron. Iron means a military communication. Iron means urgency. Iron means the station masters must provide you a horse immediately, without question, at any hour. Iron also means that if you fail, the consequences will be military in nature. You do not let yourself think about that. You have learned, over 3 years, how to keep certain thoughts in a room in your mind and lock the door. At the last station, the station master, a heavy-set man with a Khitan accent who smelled of smoke and felt grease, looked at your tablet and then looked at you for a long moment without speaking. "Weather is coming," he said finally. "I know," you said. "Might be faster to go south, around the My route is the route I was given. He handed you a horse and said nothing else, but you saw something in his face as you rode away. You have become good at reading faces quickly. It is a survival skill. What you saw was pity, and the particular quality of pity a man shows when he believes he is looking at someone for the last time. The horse goes down at dusk. Not dramatically, not in a fall. It simply slows and stops, and no amount of urging moves it. You dismount and stand in the cold and look at the animal, and the animal looks at nothing. Its breath comes in shallow pulls. A foreleg, you realize. It must have been wrong since the last station, and you didn't catch it. Or you caught it and told yourself you were wrong because the alternative was stopping. You stand there for a moment that stretches. Around you, nothing. Grass and gray sky and the smell of coming snow. The nearest station is perhaps 12 miles ahead. You do not know what is behind you because you have not looked behind you in hours. You take the message from inside your coat. The oilcloth is warm from your body heat. You hold it in your hands. It weighs almost nothing. There is a man somewhere ahead who is waiting for this. There is a military operation. You don't know which one. You never know which one. That depends, perhaps, on the words inside this cloth. Or perhaps not. Perhaps it is a routine report. Perhaps it is a list of supplies. Perhaps it does not matter, and no one will notice if it arrives a day late. But you don't know that. You cannot know that. That is the design of the system. You are never given enough information to make a judgment about importance, because the moment messengers begin judging importance, they begin making choices, and men who make choices are harder to control than men who simply run. You have two options. You can leave the horse. It will die out here, and that will be recorded against you, and walk 12 miles in the dark and the cold with snow coming. You might make it. You are young and your boots are good and you have done harder things. You might also lose the path in darkness and walk in the wrong direction and not realize it until morning, if there is a morning. Or you can wait here with the horse in hopes that another rider comes, or that the animal recovers enough to walk, which you know it will not. You think about your brother. You haven't heard from him in over a year. You think about your father's face when you left, the way he gripped your shoulder but didn't speak, which was unusual for him, and which you have only recently begun to understand. You fold the message back inside your coat. You start walking. Somewhere around the 3rd mile, when the snow has started and the stars have disappeared and you are navigating by memory and stubbornness, you hear hooves. You stop. A rider appears from the dark, coming from behind you, not from ahead. He slows as he reaches you and looks down from his horse, and you see the iron tablet at his belt and understand he is one of yours. Another rider. Another man inside the same machine. He says nothing for a moment. You hold up the oilcloth. He reaches down. And this is the thing that will stay with you, that you will turn over in the quiet moments for the rest of your life. However many or few of those remain, you feel something when you hand it up. Not relief. Not shame. Something that has no word in any language you speak. The particular feeling of having carried something that was never yours, for longer than your body wanted to carry it, and releasing it to someone else who also didn't ask for it. He rides away without a word. The snow is falling steadily now. You turn and begin walking back toward the station you came from, because forward no longer belongs to you. They will ask you what happened to the horse. You will tell them. You will give them the mile marker where it stopped, and the time, as best you can estimate it, and the name of the station master who provided it. They will write it down. Someone, somewhere, will read what they write. You will be given another assignment within days. A different route. A different tablet. Perhaps iron again. Perhaps wood, which means lower stakes, which means you will be almost relieved, and the relief will embarrass you. You will not ask who received the message. You will not ask what it said, or whether it arrived in time, or whether anything changed because of it or because of you. You have learned, over 3 years, that these are not the questions of a man who wants to keep living. You will eat. You will sleep briefly. You will check the new horse before yourself, and somewhere in a felt tent surrounded by generals and advisors and the particular silence that attends great power, a man you have seen once at a distance will receive information he requested, or he will not, and he will make a decision that will determine the fate of cities and the families inside those cities and their children and their children's children. He will not know your name. He was never meant to. The belt around your waist keeps your organs from bruising on long rides. You tighten it. You put the message in your coat against your ribs where your heartbeat keeps it warm. You ride.